What's good, y'all? It's Abwon, and this is another edition of Before You Watch, spoiler-free reviews. I say that so much it's second nature at this point. My last review was for The Woman King. That did pretty good. This particular film that I'm reviewing now, everybody and their mom has an opinion on it, right? It's Dahmer. I'm gonna just get that out the way. Everybody and their mom has an opinion on it. Everybody and their mom has seen this show. It's like the #1 rated show. Like the ratings are through the roof. Like it's broken all these records with like hours watched. People live. Oh, I binged it in one day. I don't even know how people have that type of time. There's 10 episodes. Each episode's an hour. You got 10 hours just to sit down and watch this. Whatever. It is what it is. So naturally, I wasn't going to review this at first, honestly. When I saw the trailer, I wasn't even going to watch this for a while. I was going to wait, but everybody and their mom was talking about it. To this day, it's still all over my social media feeds on every platform that I use. So I said, who would I be if I didn't review this, right? So anyway, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis, even though I feel like I don't need to. Jeffrey Dahmer is a serial killer, and this is pretty much a biopic. That's just what it is. It's gotten to the point where Dahmer is no longer looked at like a monster. He's being like humanized at this point. It shows his rough upbringing. He had surgery on this. His parents are arguing all the time. He's like a pariah in school, and he gets bullied and this, that, and the third. And I feel like all of this stuff, these things, people take these things into account, and they kind of humanize these monsters. Like, oh my God, if he would have just grew up in a loving household. Listen, I'm not dealing with hypotheticals, man. The man is a monster. It is what it is. I'm not sitting here to romanticize him and all that nonsense. It gets desensitized to the point where people don't look at him the way they need to be looking at him. He's like a global celebrity. And to me, I kind of find it pathetic. But that's besides the point. Let me just jump into this review. The things I did like about this show is that it gives you a point of view from every person that's involved with him, whether it's the neighbor, played by Niecy Nash, who did an excellent job, whether it's his neighbor or a victim that escaped, or his stepmother, his father. It shows you a different point of view, how people perceived him. It even gives you the point of view from the inmates that were with him, but it gives you points of view of how people perceived him, how he even perceived himself, how the media started using that in certain things to portray him in a specific light. And you kind of see him go from this broken human being to this celebrity within the span of these 10 episodes. And it is quite alarming. Like I said, it's quite pathetic, and it's disgusting. To me, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. The acting is top notch. I mean, people will sit here and say Evan Peters this, Evan Peters that. Okay, cool, I get that. But he kind of does play the same roles. Not to say he didn't do an excellent job. Niecy Nash took the show for me. She took the cake for me, honestly. Like, even when she was spazzing on the cops, she did an excellent job. I really felt like if she didn't nail it as great as Evan Peters was, if Niecy Nash did not nail it, the show would not hit as much as it hit. Because I'm going to just be honest with you. There's 10 episodes, but after like episode 6, Dahmer's in this show, but he's kind of like an afterthought. Like after he gets locked up, he's kind of like an afterthought. And Niecy Nash is pretty much holding down the episodes. She's talking to like the families and going through these avenues and channels to like do things for the victim. So it's really her. She's the glue to it all. I don't want to say it's gory, but it has its scenes where it can be gory, but it's not too gory. And I felt like they kind of did that purposely because they didn't want too many people being, oh no, this show is just too much for me. I can't watch it. I'm seeing people this and that. And I get it, but at the same time, for somebody as ridiculous as he is, these things need to be seen. The show's pacing is really is well done. It is a slow burn to some degree, but I kind of feel like once you get to like episode 3, you're kind of locked in. You know what he does, you see who he's targeting. One thing I did notice about this show is I kind of feel like that, I don't know if they're gonna do like a spin-off show for John Wayne Gacy or Ed Gein, but they were definitely in this show too. And the way they portrayed them, I was like, John Wayne Gacy and Dahmer do have some sort of connection. I get it. Ed Gein did not. But even then, they put him in there too. And if you don't know who Ed Gein is, that's the gentleman that the Leatherface character from Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based off of. And they had him in the show too. So I'm thinking like, are they going to start doing more of these serial killer biopics? Like, it is a good watch. You know what I'm saying? It is a good watch. Some people out here, they don't like watching things about death and stuff like that. But at the same time, it is part of our history. And at this point, it's part of pop culture. I mean, people are dressed up as him at Halloween. If I see one person dressed up as Dahmer for Halloween this year, we gonna throw hands. I'm not even lying. Like, it's just pathetic. It's disgusting. But it is part of pop culture. They were creating comic books on this guy, whatever the case. I'm going to give the show a 9 out of 10. It is a good watch. I will not be watching it again. Oh, I forgot. One thing I did not like about the show is that they did not address the cannibalism. They don't show who his first victim was, and they don't address why he got into it. They kind of shed some light on it to some degree, but they don't really jump into it like they did with everything else. I don't know if that was something they couldn't get to, or maybe they just don't have facts where they didn't want to do it or whatever the case is. But everybody knows he's a cannibal. So, and he was doing a couple other things too that they didn't mention in this show either. I won't get into that as well, but I just felt like they kind of watered him down to some degree. It's a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's a good watch. Watch it at least once. It's entertaining, but like I said, it is a slow burn. I will not be watching it again. It's on Netflix. I'm probably going to watch something a little bit more lighthearted. If you do like shows like this, so you should definitely check out Mindhunters. It's also on Netflix. And watch this docu-series called The Night Stalker. That's also on Netflix. And that guy was a demon. The Night Stalker is something else, but definitely check that out. Anyway, that's it, man. I'm Abwon. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let me know what you thought. Yo, I'm out of here. Peace.